Hey everybody, this is Kevin, a CPA that does financial planning, and today we're going to talk about I is for inflation, I is for I bonds. So Jason Reagan, our Chief Investment Officer, told our team, and Jason was a former engineer, really just brilliant guy, and he said, hey guys and gals, we got this thing from Treasury Direct that's paying 7.12% guaranteed. And I immediately said, well, there's no such thing as a guarantee with an interest rate that high, but due to COVID and the inflation of the last 6 months, these I bonds are guaranteed by the U.S. government. We don't sell them. All I'm trying to do here is motivate people to take action, if it is something you want to do. So Jason told me about these, and Jason's going to make a video, and I'm probably even going to post this on Facebook. That's how excited I am about this. So you need to have some money in a taxable account. That's first of all. It could be in a bank account or a checking account. You can't do it with a Roth. You can't do it with a 401k IRA. So a lot of people don't have cash laying around, if you will, but some people do. I've talked to a number of people over the last few years that have said, I've done some bad things. And I'm like, oh, what have you done? You killed somebody? No, I have a lot of cash in my bank account and I haven't done anything with it. Well, this is an opportunity to get 7.12% return, which is great. Now, it's not going to be that every year. It's based on inflation. So who should buy these? Well, first of all, people have been like Paul Revere saying, inflation is coming, inflation is coming. Oh my gosh, inflation is coming. And by the way, I'm concerned about it too. We should be a little bit concerned about inflation right now. But here's something that's actionable intelligence that you can actually act on the fact that we've had inflation in the last 12 months. And if inflation continues to go up, guess what? These I bonds will be great to help mitigate the effects of inflation. So people that say inflation is coming, that's the first thing. High-income families who, again, have a lot of cash. We work with a lot of people that make more, either persons or families that make more than $200,000, some that make more than $400,000 a year. And again, this idea of like, I maxed out my 401k and I haven't done anything else. Maybe you did some 529s. Well, this is a time when you can take your cash money and actually get a higher return. So high income individuals and families might be a good group. Retirees, okay, so retirees, people that are retired, retirees have the opportunity now to get a guaranteed return. Now some retirees, they don't know how to go on a website. You have to go to treasurydirect.gov to be able to buy these. And so if your parents are retirees, you could help them. Maybe even get the teenagers to help you go online. There is a little bit of work involved to get these, because you can't get them again through a mutual fund or like a Vanguard or a Schwab or something like that. You have to go to the government, and so that's the hard part, and that's why we're trying to motivate people, people that are not too rich. So I don't know many people that say they're rich, but if you have $20 million or even $10 million, it's a little bit of work to go to this Treasury Direct, and you can only do $10,000 per person. Wait, $15,000 per person if you have a really good strategy. So if a husband and wife or two spouses could buy $30,000 worth in 20 and $30,000 worth in 21, but it's going to take some work to do that. So this 7.12%, possibly it might be higher in the future. If inflation goes up, possibly it might be lower in the future. But I think it's a great idea. So what if you want to buy something in a year and a day? If you want to buy something in a year and a day, you will still get the 7.12%, but you will give up 3 months. So I figured it out on a calculator here, that 7.12% times only getting the 75% of it, I just messed that up, sorry about that, times 0.75. So you'll still get 5.34% interest. That's at least 5 times higher than CDs right now. So this is really something special. And you can also gift this to someone. That's the other part here. You can gift it to someone. So how do these things work? Well, there's a fixed rate. Right now, the fixed rate is 0.0. And then there's a semi-annual inflation rate based on the last 6 months. It is CPI. And again, you can go to the website and check it out. How does this work? But when we look back here, there's the fixed rate of these bonds has been pathetic in the last number of years. And then the inflation part of these bonds was pathetic all the way up until May 1st of 2021 when it reset. And then November 1st, 3.56. And this is 6 months. So you have to double this. Again, when new inflation rates come out, the bonds might not go up as much, or they could even go down, but you cannot lose money on these products. They're not publicly traded. So there's a thing known as duration, and this is from the SEC. Interest rate risk. When interest rates go up, prices of fixed income bonds fall. And they even have the teeter-totter here. So, yeah, so, I mean, we've talked a lot about duration with those of you that we work with. How long do you want your bonds to turn over and start again? And the shorter the duration, if interest rates rise, the better. The longer the duration, if interest rates fall, typically the better. So these types of bonds, though, they don't have this feature of the bond prices falling because you're going to redeem them from the U.S. government. Now, again, the interest could be zero. And if the interest is at zero in 2022, 2023, 24, sell them. Get your money back. Redeem them from, redeem them from Treasury Direct. So this is, again, from the SEC, high yields and hot air. This was back in 2005. If it sounds too good to be true, guaranteed returns aren't, it ain't that good. If it's too good to be true, it ain't that good. So that's all the things that we all say. That's like if you have high returns without any risk, allegedly, it's probably a scam. But this is all because of the fact that there's inflation right now. So one of the other things that's special about these I bonds to me as a tax geek, and even though I'm a CPA, I really believe in building wealth. Is that these are just like a retirement account that is tax deferred. Let me tell you why. So with tips, you do get step-ups in your value every year. They are taxable every year, those step-ups, based on inflation. With I bonds, you actually get all the interest when you redeem them. So you don't pay any tax until you redeem them. And then if you use them for education and your income in the future, so let's say you buy some of these right now and your income in the future, I think it's $97,000 for single and $97,350 for single and $153,550 for married. You could actually use these for college and you would never pay any taxes on this interest. Again, many people that are high income, though, are going to be high income in the years of college. But you will, if inflation comes and you earn, and then you receive the money in the future, you're paying it with inflated dollars. So you're paying it with dollars in the future that are worth less. So that's pretty good. It is ordinary income, unfortunately, just like any other treasury type product, but you can pay it in the future. So let's say that you're a physician who's going to stop working in 3 years, you're a pilot who's age 62, you can keep buying these, and then when you retire, your taxes will be lower. So although they'll be ordinary income rates, they might be very much lower. So here's the final strategy.
So here is the strategy. If you have two people, you each right now buy $10,000 worth of I bonds. Okay, so that's, if you're married, again, that would be $20,000. The second thing you do in January, you make sure you overpay the government by $5,000 each. So how you do that is you could send an estimated tax payment in January. If you go to the IRS and you make a payment, you would make the payment for 2021 as a 1040 ES for estimated. Then when you do your tax return, you've overfunded it by more than $10,000, so you just go ahead and refund it and buy more bonds. that's kind of a loophole. You can buy $15,000 each, or a total of $30,000 in 2021, and then you do the same thing. I miswrote that. It should be 2021 of January of 2022. You go ahead and you do it again, and you buy another $30,000 for 2022. So this is a way for you to get $60,000 into products that you can't lose money on, and potentially if inflation continues to rise. That's really what this is all about. If you're afraid of inflation or worried about inflation, then you cannot lose with these products. If we end up having deflation, you will get a zero return potentially, and then you'd get out of them.